Okay, some things that I highlighted from the 12th house portion. It says the 12th house is the house of self-undoing, hidden enemies, and silent suffering. As a house of self-undoing, it represents the negative habit patterns that prevent us from living a life of complete happiness and joy. It can signify a feeling of being stuck, isolated, and unable to tap into the fullness of our personal power. At the same time, it can symbolize habit patterns of self-sabotage and negative reactivity. The 12th house is where we find people who support us publicly but rejoice at our suffering behind our backs. So that's where people say, like, the 12th house is hidden enemies. This is why the ancients also considered it to be a house of witchcraft. The witchcraft alluded to here isn't the same as the benevolent, earth-based spirituality that we find in the 3rd house. 12th house witchcraft is the witchcraft of cursing, hexing, malicious gossiping, and intentionally doing evil things to others in secret. The 12th house signifies people who secretly damage things that have to support the well-being of the community. The 12th house corresponds with imprisonment, agony, pain, fear, and the threat of death. It signifies places of involuntary confinement such as prisons or asylums. It is a house of sorrow and suffering. Very often, desires that the thing is in front of that. Take us down the paths of pleasure are the same desires that take us down the path of suffering. Venus can represent gluttony and overindulgence. What we consume too much of in our 5th house pleasure can be woven. Yeah, I can't basically see that. The caption is in front. The question is in front of that. But basically, it's saying, like, the things that we indulge in the 5th house can become our 12th house problems. In the human body, the 12th house corresponds with the feet. The feet are our daily beasts of burden that carry the full weight of our constitution. The 12th house is an aversion to the 1st house, and it's also cadent. It is one of the most malefic houses of heaven, rivaled only by the 8th house of death. Self-undoing, hidden enemies, large animals, gossip, slander, negative forms of witchcraft, such as cursing, hexing, and wishing someone harm, are the core significations of the 12th house in traditional astrology. And this is from Mastering Traditional Astrology by Michael Bryan. But yeah, the 12th house is the darkest or worst house of the zodiac. The 6th house, the 8th house, and the 12th house are the bad houses, but the 12th house is the worst.